All right, so a lot of you guys were struggling with 8-4A. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to still have our Zoom meeting if you want. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to record working through 8-4B. I can see how this was confusing with you guys without any help. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of pick through all of this and hopefully kind of clarify what we need to do. I'm just going to edit the sheet from 8-4A, so I'll have to change some dates as we go. But we're going to go ahead. If you look at the beginning information, all of that was from information from March 1st, which we will be using as we work through this. But we're going to go ahead and start with March 12th. March 12th is when we're actually recording the information that was given above from that payroll period. So the first thing on March 12th that we're going to record is we're going to record our federal income tax payable. See if I can get this to work here. There we go. And if you look back up, you can see our employees' federal income tax payable where it says liability for February is $9,000. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and it's going to go in as a debit. The next one we need to record is our FICA Social Security tax payable. Which is going to go in as a debit. So if you look back up, you can see your FICA Social Security tax was $7,440. Next, we have FICA Medicare tax payable. So looking back again at your information, you can see your FICA Medicare tax payable was $1,740. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to issue our check for cash to actually pay our federal or taxes payable. So $18,180. So we're done with the March 12th transaction for the monthly deposit of the FICA taxes and federal income tax withheld. So then we need to go ahead and we need to go on to the next one's on the 31st. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and record the payroll entry in the general journal. Okay, and it had the following information here. So we have our sales salary expense. And if you look in your book, you can see your sales salary expense was $47,654. Office salary expense was $11,982. Okay, so those two are going to be our total expenses for our salary. So then the next thing we need to put in here is I'm going to go ahead and just put my space button here, and we're going to make our credits next. So, employees' federal income tax payable. So, we're going to credit our employees' federal income tax payable. So, if we're looking at our book here, you can see the employees' federal income tax deductions was the $8,945.40. Okay, that's right kind of in the middle of the page there. I'm going to go ahead and space back in about 5 spaces. Okay, we'll have our FICA Social Security, FICA Social Security tax payable. So again, looking in your book, you can see for the 31st here, our FICA Social Security tax deductions were $3,697.43. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and space in again. We have our FICA Medicare tax payable. So FICA Medicare tax payable was the $864.72. And then this is just like we were doing last chapter. So if we go ahead and space in again, remember we have to, if you look now, our debits do not match our credits. So this is where we use that salaries payable. And so we would need to find the difference, or what you can do just to kind of cross-check too is if you look in your book, your salaries payable is going to be your net pay. So it's going to be that $46,128.45. Okay, so then your debits should match your credits. All right, so we've completed that portion. Okay, we have another entry on the 31st. Recorded payroll taxes, Social Security, so it gives you your rates. The employer matches Medicare of 1.45. State unemployment is 5.4. Federal unemployment is 0.6. At this time, all employee earnings are taxable for FICA, and 1,000 of the earnings are taxable for unemployment. So when we're looking at this, we're looking back at, remember when we had those limitations, like once you hit a certain number, you didn't have to pay anymore. So what we're assuming with all employees is that we're going to do unemployment of $1,000. Okay, we won't do unemployment on any more than that. So we're going to start with our payroll tax expense as our debit. And at this point, we do not know what that is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and tab down here and indent. So we have our FICA Social Security tax, payable. So in parentheses down here, I'm just going to kind of show you what we're doing. So in order to figure out your FICA, you need to take your $59,636 times, okay, because the $59,636, if you look, was your total earnings for this pay period. So we take our total earnings, and then we know that FICA is 0.062. So take that times 0.062 is what you're going to do in order to get the number here. So we're going to go ahead and credit. When we do our math, we're going to find that that number is $3,697.43. I guess, and I got a little ahead of myself. It does, if you look back up here, you can see our FICA Social Security tax payable does match that. Okay. Next, we're going to have our FICA Medicare tax payable. So again, this is going to be our $59,636, and then Medicare is 0.001 or 0.0145. Okay, so Medicare tax payable, again, you can come just if you want to get your number from up here, 864.72. Okay, next we have state unemployment tax payable. So unemployment tax payable is not given to you in the book here. I'm going to go ahead and delete out this 30th. All right, so state unemployment tax payable. Remember we said only $1,000 is going to be, where did I go? Uh-oh, let's undo that here. All right, so back down here, I was in the wrong spot. Sorry, guys. Remember, we were only taxing on $1,000, and then the employees met that $7,000 limit. And then state unemployment is the 0.054. Okay, so that's the calculations we need to find. So state unemployment works out to be $54. Federal unemployment tax payable is going to be your 1,000 times, Grady, I'm busy, point, yes, 0.006, or 0.006, I had too many zeros in there, 0.006. Okay, so when you do your math, federal unemployment is going to only be $6. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add up all of our taxes payable to figure out our payroll tax expense, which is going to be $4,697.43. $622.15. So really everything here was given to you up here other than your state and your federal, and then you had to figure out what your payroll tax expense was. All right, moving along here. We are on our next 31st, I believe. So what do we have here? 12, 31, 31. All right, so the last one here in March, we're going to say the 31st again. So this is our real easy one where we're issuing a check for the salaries for the month. So this is just our salaries payable. Okay, and it's the $46,128.45, and I put that in the wrong spot. We're going to indent here, and we're going to say cash, and this is where we use that payroll bank account. And same amount, $46,128.45. I don't know why that's disappearing on me. $46,128.45. There we go. All right, so that was our easy one. Now we're going to go ahead and move into April 14th. So April 14th, we issued a check for the monthly deposit of March FICA taxes, employee and employer, and employee's federal income tax withheld. Okay, so on the 14th, we have employees, federal income tax payable. So we're still working with the numbers from the middle of the book where it's kind of in two different columns. Okay, so employees' federal income tax payable was the $8,945.40. We have our FICA. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So FICA Social Security tax payable. This should not be indented. Sorry, this is the first time I've worked with this stuff. I'm not sure how to get that. So we're just going to go ahead and those are flush to the left. So FICA Social Security tax payable. Remember with this, okay, this is employee plus employer. So it was the $3,697. But you have to take that times 2. Because it is paid by both the employee and then the employer matches it. Okay, so our FICA Social Security tax payable is those two combined. So it's $7,394.86. And I'm closing out on my 15 minutes here, so hopefully I get through this. If not, I'm going to start a new video and we'll just have to piece them together. Okay, we have our FICA Medicare tax payable. And again, we have to take that number by times 2 basically because it's being paid by both the employee and the employer. So $864.72 for the employer part, $864 for the employee part, for a total of $1,729.45. 44.